I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome, I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. I'm welcome, I'm welcome, I'm welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak. I'm 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 You with Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, dog. I'm Who You With, Kirk, dog. Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend. We're back. Weekend was pretty good. Got a lot of rest because I was exhausted this weekend. But we're back in the house live tonight on Facebook, YouTube, not Periscope, Twitch. D Live is always in the house, and also Anchor.fm. Tonight, we're going to talk about early voting started today here in Texas. So, definitely get out and vote. The primary election will be November the 2nd. So we're voting on 8 Texas Constitution amendments. Definitely do your research on them, either for or against. And even this election is so important for the simple fact what we're voting on can make a how our lawmakers make changes. I know one of the election itself, one of the amendments that is on the ballot is decision that judges can make. So we need to get out and vote because we know if we don't get out and vote and they pass it, it can affect our laws. What a lot of people don't realize, our laws are made mainly by these small elections, how our local laws are. So we definitely need to get out and vote. That's why I talk about all the time. Please get registered to vote. Don't wait until election time to try to vote and try to get registered to vote. So definitely go out and vote all over Texas, and I'm sure it's up some in other states too. But Texas, we definitely need to stand up, and we need to send a message to Greg Abbott to let him know we're going to show up to vote, even for these small things, even though I'm saying they're small, but they really big because it can make a difference in how they set the laws. But if we show up for this, maybe Greg Abbott up down. I doubt it, but it sounds good. Um, and he would know that we will show up next year for his election when it's time to vote him out. So definitely take the time to vote. Early voting is going on all this week. And if you did a mail-in ballot, I believe they have to be in by Friday. So definitely get out and vote and let your voice be heard. And don't let anyone take your voice from you. This is how we could change what's going on. I believe a part of the amendment is a caregiver for people that is in uh, nursing homes and things like that, where they can have at least one family member to come visit, regardless if it's a pandemic or not. They could come and have visitors. So it's 8 of them on the amendment. So definitely get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. Don't wait until next November and decide to vote. No, we need to do it now. We need to vote every election, regardless of what's on the ballot. We need to vote and let our voice be heard. Um, Also tonight, I seen the story the other day. Christina Nash, 29 years out of Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because she was reported missing and 5 days later found in a police van, property, dead. So we're going to hit on that. Then also seen a disturbing video that came out today. Um, Former police officer Eric Hussley. That's another thing. See, this amendment could make a change in this too. So you definitely need to get out and vote. But Eric Hussley is a Indianapolis police officer who decided to kick a young man in the head while he was handcuffed on the ground. Yeah, handcuffed on the ground, kicked him in the head, and his excuse was he was trying to put his foot on his shoulder. Yeah, yeah. We'll break that down too. So uh so hopefully go ahead and share the let people know we are live and you can be a part of the conversation regardless of where you are. Whichever platform you are watching on, please take the time, like, share, tell um and click the hearts if form that you're able to give us hearts and stuff. So with yeah, this is very disturbing. Now we know Huntsville, we know the history of Huntsville, but right now the police face questions um, after a woman body is found in a police in Alabama. Yeah. Um, so basically, authority in Huntsville, Alabama, facing questions surrounding the discovery of a woman body in the back of a police van in a police parking lot. A police officer discovered the body of Christina Nash on October 7th in an unoccupied van in the back of a parking lot at the Huntsville Police Safety Complex. Huntsville Deputy Police Chief Dwayne McCarver on Friday, Nash family had reported on October the 2nd. She to the van and approached it. Discovered Miss Nash body inside. Windows on the van were observed to be open. They pop outward. McCarver told reporter it's department policy to keep those vans locked. All city vehicles should remain locked anytime they are not in use or occupied. And sometimes that was something that should never happened. And CNN had reached out to Nash family in the Madison County Coroner Office for investigator had been pouring security footage from the parking lot, trying to piece together what happened. McCarver said investigator determined Nash entered the van September the 25th around 12:30 p.m. On the news conference, McCarver uh, walked reporter through grainy surveillance footage highlighted Nash movement on September 5th. And they opened and closed the windows of the van. Nash is observed in the video walking around the parking lot on the 25th. McCarver says she lays down in the bushes at some point, and she sit on the hood of a police car for some time. She approached other cars in the parking lot, and this all happened 10 minutes before she entered the van. Investigator noted the last time Nash opened the window, um, and what McCarver described as a very busy parking lot, September the 28th. The deputy chief said, called by people nearby the van. We just wish that she would have hollered out to someone or something because what we see as potential opportunity for this not to be a tragedy. And unfortunately, no one was able to realize she was in that van, and that was the outcome, McCarver said. Officers are in and out of the lot 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, he added. The van was purchased in 1995 as an inmate transport van. McCarver said it was repurposed for the 2000 for evidence transportation and has not since March, McCarver said, because there's no way to open them from the inside. Authority uh, um, point have no idea of knowing going on there. Madison County Coroner Dr. Tyler Berryhill said no foul play or bodily trauma was detected conducted on October the 12th. So once again, it's a sad situation that never should have happened, and for her to go unnoticed at this parking lot for a long period of time and no one knew she was there is really a terrible thing. And please, if you know, sound like she may have had some mental illness going on, and if you know somebody who is struggling with mental illness, please get them help. Get them help. If they work, advise them they could get help from their employer using your EAP program for you. And so definitely, if you know someone that is struggling with, please get them help. Um, and there may be some local service that can offer free. So, welcome to the show, T Cal. I see you slid in and say, "Hey, Kurt, dog, how's it going?" It's going great. I can't complain. I'm back on live. Um, I'm this weekend, but I'm still extremely tired. Um, Said it's been a long and crazy day. I'm still here at work, at least associate to go and return. Gotta let them. Can't can't treat them. Can't let them work all day without eating. So definitely thank you for always tuning in and supporting the show. Um, for the family to discover that their loved one was found in a police vehicle on on the police property, which is not good, and it's kind of like the police is not really monitoring their own property. So no one didn't see her or think anything about it. That's why I tell people all the time, you need to pay attention to your surrounding. If you see something that's wrong, say, investigate, look, see what's going on. Especially in a situation like this with all the policemen, all the cars coming through. somebody should have noticed something that the was open on that van or something. So uh, that's a sad situation. Together, and just like this other situation is pretty sad too, coming out of Indianapolis. This is really jacked up. Indianapolis police are under federal investigation after body camera video showing a handcuffed man in the head. Head. Um, Federal prosecutors say they and the FBI are investigating an officer with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. Body cam video showed him kicking a handcuffed man in the head during an arrest. Um, Sergeant Eric Hussley has already been criminally charged at the and could face termination, authorities said. Um, Acting U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Indiana, John Childrens, said Wednesday that if the investigation revealed uh, prosecutable violation of any federal criminal statute, the U.S. Justice Department will take appropriate action. The result of an internal investigation led Marion County District Attorney charged Huxley with official misconduct, battle with moderate bodily injury in connection with the September the 24th arrest of Jermaine Vaughn at the city Memento Circle. IMPD Lieutenant Shane Foley said during a news conference. Huxley has been suspended without pay, and MI Chief Randall Taylor has recommended Huxley be terminated for his action. And IMPD internal affair investigation is ongoing. To the citizen of this incident, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, Taylor said in a statement. The interaction does not represent IMPD and the work of our officers do each day to keep our community safe. Claim he accidentally kicked Vaughns in the face and meant to place his foot on Vaughn's shoulder, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by CNN affiliate. The WTHR CNN has reached out to the district attorney, Hussley and Vaughn for comment, but has not yet heard back. IMPD has also contacted the FBI and the U.S. Attorney Office about this incident. IMPD News. So, how can, first of all, the man um, was already in handcuffs and on the ground. So you just gonna try to kick his shoulder, miss his shoulder, and hit him and kick him in the face. Um, that's I don't buy that at all. And then he uh, also made a comment that um, you're out of there, or something like that. So he kicked the man in the face. Oh, he said, "You're done. You're done." And the question is, if he's already in handcuffs, why are you kicking him? Why are you putting your foot on him? Or trying to put your foot on him? And it also go on to say Huxley was one of three responding officers investigating a disorderly conduct incident on Monument Circus on September the 24th. Taylor said he did not expect the other two officers would face criminal charges, but they are on administrative duty pending the conclusion of the internal investigation. Taylor played video of the arrest during the Tuesday news conference. It shows Huxley kicking Vaughn, a black man, in the head while he is on his back and handcuffed. Taylor said the video is difficult to watch. Video began with Vaughn's handcuff and being searched. Vaughn is heard telling the officer, "Nobody cares what you do anymore." Vaughn's and the arresting officer then get into a scuffle when the officer began pushing Vaughn back and told him to lean back. Moments later, Vaughn is on the ground on his back with the arresting officer over him. Hustley is seen kicking Vaughn's head and saying, "You're done." Vaughn was arrested for disorderly conduct. Foley said Vaughn was then taken to jail and did not receive medical treatment following the incident, Taylor said. An IMPD news release said the incident came to light through internal use of force review procedure. When Taylor learning about the incident Wednesday, Taylor then ordered an expedited internal affair investigation and special investigated engagement unit investigation. A probable cause affidavit was presented to Marion County Prosecutor Office Friday. The release said transparency is one of those things that we've been striving for, Taylor said, explaining why IMPD decided to release the body cam footage. We done that because we want to build the correct relationship with the community that we need to have. The chief said the department first learned of the incident due to an internal reporting procedure called Blue Team, where officers involved in use of force incident explained what force was used and why. Um, Taylor said when asked whether race played a role in the incident, "I would be disgusted," Taylor said. "I would have an issue with that, but I understand. I understand what people would think." Um, my question is, why kick a man? I don't care what color they are. Why would you kick a man that is already handcuffed and on the back? Um, why do something like that? And of course, he's not going to say race did not play a part, but civil rights do, because you violated this man's civil right. He's already in handcuffs. Then you decide to kick him. Abuse of power. You could say you try to kick him in the shoulder. That's not even right. He's in handcuffs. And not to provide medical attention is a whole nother issue. For the simple fact, what if by you kicking him in the head, you cause bleeding, or he had other issues that you cannot see? If somebody fall and bump their head, they could get a concussion. You could have gave him one. But I don't know if he denied medical attention or not, but either way, it's not right. And this officer should be held accountable. He should lose his job. And I've asked this question a lot. Do you think when officers do stuff like this, should they lose their pension? Because the thing is, you doing stuff like this, hey, why paying them to be rewarding for something that's going to cost the taxpayers money? That's kind of like Derek Chavez. Um, I believe when he get out of jail, he's going to be done made millions of dollars off his pension. Why should the taxpayer have to pay that money? They having to pay to cover the lawsuits. That money should come from officers, and that would teach them. Because I always been told, you hit them where it hurt, they'll think twice before doing something else like that. And um, so it's definitely something that they need to um, consider taking pen. That money that you match, take it from 'em. Let that pay for some of that lawsuit. Um, and forgot one thing. Um, so so that should be, hopefully this officer is charged. Hopefully he's charged. Um, and with him being charged, that will help. We need to start holding these cops accountable. Uh, there's no other way of putting it. Hold them accountable and go from there. That's all we can as people. Hold them accountable. And uh and that and hopefully if you hit them in the pocket, they'll be like, wait a minute, I could lose this. I could lose that. Yes, you can. You need to pay for that lawsuit. Why do we need to continue paying for that lawsuit? It don't make sense. The public should not have to pay for a lawsuit of you violating somebody's right. We shouldn't have to pay for that. That should be on you. And these police unions decide to stick behind these officers, even though when the writing is on the wall and they know they wrong, they'll do everything to stick behind them. So we definitely need to hold them accountable. Um, Today, the jury selection for Ammar Arbory, um, the three man accused of murdering him, the jury selection have started today. So hopefully, um, and that's why it's good to be a registered voter. Because if you're a registered voter, you have the opportunity of serving on the jury. Stop trying to get out of it. So we will be uh, keeping up with this. They had over 100 potential jurors show up in Burnsville, Georgia, for the beginning of jury selection. So hopefully, um, they're placed and then that trial can get started. So that's what we're hoping for, and hopefully they find justice for Ammar killing, unjust killing. Um, so other than that, we will keep an eye on that, and we will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, so just let's keep it going. So I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until then, I love each and every one of you. Peace.